Number 5 Gonzaga versus number 1 Purdue. Hell of a game this is about to be. Gonzaga played McNeese first game in. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. This was a pretty good and easy game for them. Out of the 8 players who played meaningful minutes, because they had a few play garbage time minutes, all of them scored at least 7, and that includes people coming off the bench. This was a great team effort, and definitely a big game for their big men. Basically, Gonzaga got technically their wing and big men because they all range are 6'8", 6'9", I think 6'10". The 3 bigs. Their bigs pretty much went crazy. Anton Watson gave us a 13 and 13 rebound double-double. Graham Ike put up a 16, 10 rebound double-double. And Ben Gregg came through with 12 points, 5 rebounds on his own, pretty much allowing 4 of the starters and 1 bench player score double digits and pretty much have an easy game. Dominant play from those big / wingmen, like I mentioned, pretty much getting everything they wanted, rebounding crazy, working on the boards, working on the block, doing what they need to do. Won the first half by 20, pretty much ended up winning the game by 20-21, I think. So it was pretty much a easy game for them on a dominant performance coming right in. Next game, they faced off against Kansas. Obviously, a lot better of a team. But Gonzaga showed that they have that, I don't want to say championship caliber, tournament caliber. That's a good description. Tournament caliber. They know what to do. They act like they've been here before. Once again, big / wings. It seemed like they couldn't be stopped, man. Greg and Ike both had 13 and 9, 13 points, 9 rebounds. And Watson had himself a decent stat line as well. More than decent, actually. 21 points, 6 rebounds. A few more points, a few less rebounds, but all 3 of them pretty much did that thing, doing exactly what they needed to do. But I would say the success of Gonzaga in this game kind of came from the guards. Nolan notched a 17-point game. And Ryan Nembhard pretty much had 5 points, but he got the team 12 assists, and I imagine all those was well needed. Pretty much a lot of players on the team found their mark. First half ended in a 1-point Kansas lead. So like I said, it wasn't a easy-peasy game. They had to work for it. But second half, Bulldogs decided to lock down. And from there, they pretty much kind of took over. Defensively, they really stepped up, made the half court seem very small. Whether it was a layup, attempted dunk, not many mid-range floaters, it really seemed like nothing was falling from them. Now you're chucking threes, and at this point, you're still down. Your rhythm is off, and at this point, there's no more time left. You don't know what to do. Nothing's working. Kansas lose, and Gonzaga ends up winning the game by 21. So definitely a good showing for the first 2 games. Like I said, wingmen, big men going ham. Definitely want to see what they have to offer coming up in this next round. That's crazy. My cat is trying to get in here so hard. I can almost seem like he's trying to push the door. He's so mad. Scratching. All right. They're facing off against number 1 Purdue. Purdue, they're number 1 seed for a reason, man. They're definitely one of the favorites to go all the way. And if you don't know anything about Purdue, you should definitely know who the head of the snake is for that team, and that's their center, Zach Edey. He's already been a household name tournament-wise and came in this year giving us nothing less than what we expected, knowing what we know from him and knowing what he's already given us. First game, 30 points, 21 freaking rebounds, doing work off the glass, even notching 4 blocks. He was pretty much a dominant force. They had no answer for him. Pretty much the Boilermakers kind of went off of that. Brandon Smith added in 11 points, 10 assists. Pretty much Trey Kaufman, Ren, got in more points as well. I think it was 11 points as well. And pretty much the Grambling State Tigers didn't know what to do. When you add in Edey's 30, Smith's 11, Kaufman and Wren's 11. That's over 50 points. The Tigers scored 50 points as a team, as a whole, all game. Obviously, 1 versus 16. That's as easy as it should get in the tournament. So they definitely kind of showed exactly why they are the number 1 seed. Boilermakers win by 28 points. Great game from Edie. Whole team kind of did what they were supposed to do, but it was just a whooping and just kind of no show for the Tigers. So the next game, they faced stiffer competition in Utah State. Outcome was still the same and actually kind of worse. After putting up 49 in the first half, apparently they didn't get the memo that they were already giving them a whooping and decided to put up 57 in the second half. Won the game by 39 points. It was absolutely ridiculous. Edie, once again, a problem. 23 points, 14 boards, and obviously on the defensive end, he knows what he's doing. 2 steals, 3 blocks. A great game from him. Kaufman Wren had himself a game 2. He was very successful penetrating, got his work down low. Pretty much the team was feeding. The team was eating. Kind of going off of Edie when you got a center like that who could face down low, kind of have that size. You gotta know what to do. But they also shared the ball well with each other. 29 assists as a team. The Aggies had 9 as a whole. That kind of shows you the difference in the games that these teams was having. One team was having the ball move, the other team couldn't get nothing. Not necessarily to fall, because obviously, the assists aren't shots, but they couldn't get the team to allow themselves to get in rhythm, get the ball movement, get something going, man. They made them question their shots, question their passes, and pretty much rotated like a high caliber team. So that was definitely nothing. I don't want to say nothing to see, but what I mean by that is like no adversity. Like they gave us exactly what they're supposed to give us. Second round was worse than the first round for their opponent. At this point, they're the Boilermakers. Like we know what we got in Purdue. Now, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Gonzaga versus Purdue. Such a great matchup. One of the best matchups for me, one of my favorite matchups in this round. I definitely think we get 2 powerhouses, 2 tournament caliber team. Yeah. Have potential to be championship caliber team. Obviously, it's the tournament experience that they bring. Question for Purdue is, can they slow down Gonzaga in their offense? When Gonzaga gets scoring, when those forwards get scoring, like I mentioned in the first 2 games, Greg, Watson, Ike, when they get ahead of steam, when they start going downhill with success, they're able to penetrate. They're able to pretty much do whatever they want at will. Honestly, this team is one of the hardest teams to beat. If they can get going in transition, catch you slipping, that's going to be their best shot at kind of making the Boilermakers stumble. The question for those 3 men, all 3 of those big / wingmen, is how well are they going to stop Edie? How are they going to defend pretty much the biggest weapon that Purdue has? He's literally averaging 26 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 blocks so far in this tournament. Like I said, unstoppable, unmovable force. He's kind of old-fashioned, so he's going to get his work down low. He's going to get his work on the block. And if they're unable to stop him one-on-one, they're going to have to send doubles. And the reason why I bring that up and why that can be a problem, Purdue is the best 3-point percentage team in the nation. So if they start sending doubles at Edie starts becoming unstoppable down low, then they are damn near an unstoppable team. So which one is going to overtake the other? Kind of like a team with a 3-headed dragon, obviously those forwards and bigs, against a team with one-headed dragon, but the one-headed dragon is a lot bigger. So I think with Edie, his ability down low, Purdue's ability to shoot off of him, obviously they hit a great percentage from 3. I think it's going to be a tough task for Gonzaga to have. Gonzaga has also shown that if you play them well, keep it a lower scoring game, make it a slow paced game, you have the ability to beat them, and they have the tendency to lose. They do better running good pace, getting transition points with those three forwards, 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". They're very athletic. Obviously, with Edie slowing down the game, players like Kaufman and Rennie coming through, getting good shots, good shooters around them as a whole. I do think that their defense also will be a problem because they're not no scrubs. So I do believe that they will outlast the Bulldogs, the Boilermakers, and I got Purdue winning. Purdue wins and move on to the Elite Eight.